I pretended to be an elderly woman's son at the nursing home because her real family paid me. After she died, the nursing home director said, "She left one last request for you." She held my hand like I was really her son. I wasn't. I was a broke delivery driver who'd taken $500 a week to pretend. The man who hired me sat down without asking permission. Rich suit, cold eyes. "My mother's in a nursing home," he said. "Name's Rosie. She has dementia. She keeps telling people her son never visits, so visit her." He pushed cash across the table without blinking. "500 a week. Weekends only. Call her mama. Pretend you're Tim. She won't know the difference." I stared at the money. My own mother's prescription bottles were lined up on her kitchen counter like little orange soldiers. Every one of them cost more than I had. I took the cash. "Don't get attached," Tim said. I nodded. I was already lying. Room 214. I knocked once. Rosie sat by the window, thin blanket over her knees, afternoon light on her face. "Mama," I said. The word felt wrong. "It's me, Tim." She searched my face for a long moment. Then she smiled like sunrise. "There you are," she whispered. She cupped my face with shaking hands. "Have you eaten? You look tired." Nobody had asked me that in years. I sat down. I stayed the whole hour. By week 4, I was showing up on Wednesdays. Tim hadn't paid for Wednesdays. I brought tulips, then chocolates. Then I started reading her the newspaper out loud. One afternoon, she leaned close, eyes clearer than usual, and said quietly, "You're a good man, son." I nearly fell apart in that chair. Tim called that Friday, voice tight. "Midweek visits aren't part of the deal, Jeremy. She gets lonely. She has dementia. She forgets you the second you walk out." "Maybe," I said, "but she remembers while I'm there." He hung up. I kept going. Then the nursing home director called on a Tuesday morning. Rosie passed away in her sleep. I set a heavy box down on the wet pavement and just stood there in the rain. "She left something for you, Jeremy." 3 days later, I sat across from Director Helen, a sealed envelope on the desk between us. "She knew you weren't her son," Helen said gently. I looked up. "What?" "From the very first visit. She told me a week in. She asked me to keep her secret." My hands shook as I opened the letter. "My dear boy, who is not my boy." My memory failed me, but my eyes never did.